Hey everyone! Welcome to the Bold and the Beautiful. I'm Alma, and I'm so excited to have you here. If you love Bold and Beautiful update, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's dive right in. In the opulent sprawl of the Spencer mansion, where marble floors gleamed under the relentless Los Angeles sun filtering through floor-to-ceiling windows, Poppy Nozawa stood frozen in the doorway, her silk blouse clinging slightly from the humid afternoon air. She had come unannounced, driven by a cocktail of desperation and old flames that refused to flicker out, clutching a crumpled letter from the prison system in her manicured hand. "Bill," she whispered to herself, the name tasting like forbidden wine on her lips, as she stepped inside, the echo of her heels announcing her presence like a siren's call. Bill Spencer, ever the titan in his tailored suit, looked up from his desk, his piercing blue eyes narrowing in a mix of surprise and wariness. "Poppy? What the hell are you doing here? After everything, Luna's mess, the lies, the blood on her hands, you show up like this?" His voice was gravelly, laced with the authority of a man who had built empires on bluffs and betrayals. Poppy's dark eyes, rimmed with the kohl of a woman who had seen too many sunrises alone, met his without flinching. "I didn't come to beg, Bill. Not yet. But that baby's mine too. My blood, your blood, Luna's curse. And if Katie thinks she can just swoop in and play perfect grandma, she's got another thing coming." Bill leaned back in his leather chair, the creak punctuating the tension like a warning shot. "Katie's not playing. She's fighting for Will, for the kid, for us. You waltzed out once, Poppy. Left me with questions, and a son who barely knows his own heart. Now Luna's rotting in there, pregnant with my grandchild, and you're back to stir the pot?" Poppy crossed the room in 3 deliberate strides, her perfume, a heady jasmine that once drove him wild, wafting like a ghost from their festival nights under starry skies. She placed the letter on his desk, her fingers lingering on the edge, brushing his accidentally, sending a spark that neither acknowledged. "Read it. Luna's lawyer says the paternity's ironclad. Will's the father. But prison? She'll deliver in chains, Bill. That baby deserves better than fluorescent lights and guards barking orders. I want custody. Shared, at least. For the child's sake." Bill's jaw tightened, his mind flashing to the paternity reveal, Bridget Forrester's solemn voice in the sterile lab. "It's Will's, Bill. No doubt." Katie had been there, her hand on his arm, whispering, "We'll raise this child right, together," her eyes shining with a resolve that had reignited something dormant in him. But now Poppy, with her wild hair and unapologetic fire, threatened to unravel it all. Katie Logan Spencer paced the sun-drenched living room of the mansion, her heels clicking against the Persian rug like a metronome counting down to confrontation. She had always been the steel spine in the Logan dynasty, the one who turned heartbreak into headlines at Forrester Creations, but this baby, this tangled web of Nozawa deceit, tested even her. "Will, honey, sit down," she said softly to her son, who slumped on the velvet sofa, his young face etched with the weariness of a man twice his age. Will Spencer ran a hand through his tousled hair, the same golden waves as his father's, and sighed. "Mom, I can't just pretend this isn't happening. Luna tricked me, drugged me, for God's sake. That baby, it's mine, but it's poisoned by her lies." Katie knelt before him, her designer skirt pooling around her like a shield, and cupped his face. "That's why we're doing this, sweetheart. Bill and I, we're filing for custody the moment that child's born. No more Nozaws pulling strings. You'll be the father you want to be, but safe, away from her chaos." Will's eyes, stormy with conflict, searched hers. "And Dad? He's okay with this? After everything with Poppy?" Katie straightened, her smile tight but genuine. "Your father's complicated, Will. But he's all in. This baby could be our silver lining, yours, mine, his. A family, real this time." The door swung open then, admitting Electra, Will's girlfriend, her athletic frame tense, eyes blazing like the California wildfires she feared. Tell me you two aren't seriously considering letting that witch anywhere near the kid. Electra spat, tossing her gym bag aside. I called the cops on Luna myself. Baker hauled her away in cuffs. She deserves rot in there. Katie nodded, rising to embrace her. We agree, Electra. But Poppy, she's Luna's mother. Blood like that doesn't fade easy. Electra pulled back, her voice dropping to a fierce whisper. Then fight dirty, Katie. Because if Poppy shows up waving custody papers, I'll bury her in court myself. We'll watch them. The women in his life forming a fortress, but inside, a quiet dread stirred. What if the baby cried with Luna's eyes, pulling him back into the abyss? Poppy lingered in the study long after Bill had dismissed her with a curt, "We'll talk lawyers," her mind a whirlwind of schemes hatched in the dim glow of motel rooms and festival afterglows. She had always been the bold one, the Nozawa who chased highs and hearts without apology, but Luna's fall, framed for murders she didn't commit, or did she, had cracked something maternal in her. Slipping into the kitchen, where the stainless steel counters reflected her determined gaze, Poppy poured a glass of Bill's aged scotch, the amber liquid burning a path to her resolve. You think you can erase me, Spencer? She murmured to the empty room, dialing her lawyer on the encrypted line. Margaret, it's Poppy. I need everything. Precedence on grandparent rights. Leverage on Bill's delays in reporting Luna. That man stalled the cops for weeks. It's elder abuse in reverse. The lawyer's voice crackled through, efficient and icy. Poppy, you're playing with fire. Katie Logan's a shark. She'll paint you as unstable, tie you to Luna's rap sheet. Poppy laughed, a low, throaty sound that echoed her younger, freer days. Unstable? Darling, I'm the mother of his child. Indirectly, but blood's blood. And this reunion? It's not just for the baby. Bill and we had magic once. I'll remind him. Hanging up, she scrolled through old photos on her phone. Her and Bill, tangled in sheets under neon lights, Luna a toddler between them before the world soured. The baby was her ticket back, not just to wealth, but to the man who had seen her, raw and real. As the sun dipped lower, casting long shadows across the mansion's manicured lawns, Poppy slipped out the side door, her plan coalescing, a surprise filing for custody, served at the worst moment, forcing Bill's hand. For Luna, she told herself, and for us. Across town, in the sterile confines of the LA County Jail visitation room, Luna Nozawa pressed her swollen belly against the scratched plexiglass divider, her once vibrant eyes dulled by fluorescent hate. The guard had just announced Katie's arrival, and Luna's lips curled in a snarl that belied her delicate features. Bring her in, she hissed, as if she held the keys. Katie entered, poised as ever in a crisp white blouse and pearls, settling into the chair with the grace of a queen addressing a peasant. Luna, Katie began, her tone measured, we need to talk about the baby. Luna leaned forward, her voice a venomous whisper through the speaker. My baby, Katie. Not yours to auction off like some Forrester knockoff. Katie's eyes flashed, but she held steady. The DNA doesn't lie, it's Will's. And given your situation, Bill and I are petitioning for full custody. The child will have stability, love, a name that means something. Luna's laugh was brittle, echoing off the cinderblock walls. Stability? From the woman who divorced my lover's father 3 times? Hypocrite. Tell Bill I know his secrets. That night with Poppy at the festival? I have photos. He delayed turning me in because deep down, he wants this family. Me, the baby, all of it. Katie's fingers tightened on the receiver, knuckles whitening. Threats won't save you, Luna. You drugged my son, framed your own mother, murder charges stick. This is mercy. You carry the child, we raise it right. Luna's hand splayed protectively over her bump, a flicker of genuine fear crossing her face. Mom, Poppy, she'll fight you. Grandparent rights, blood ties. You'll never erase us. Katie stood, her voice dropping to steel. Watch me. For Will's sake, for the baby's, this ends now. As she walked away, Luna pounded the glass once, whispering to the unborn life within. We'll get out, little one. Grandma Poppy's coming. Bill Spencer stood on the balcony of his mansion, the city lights twinkling below like distant stars mocking his turmoil, a tumbler of scotch in hand. Katie found him there, her approach silent until she wrapped her arms around his waist from behind. "Penny for your thoughts, Dollar Bill," she murmured, her breath warm against his neck. He turned, pulling her close, the familiar curve of her body an anchor in the storm. "Poppy was here. Dropped a bomb, custody push for the grandbaby. Says it's leverage, but I see the play. Worm her way back in, use the kid like she used me 20 years ago." Katie pulled back, her green eyes searching his. "And you? What do you see when you look at her?" Bill sighed, setting the glass down, his hands framing her face. "A ghost, Katie. Wild nights, bad choices. But you're the now, the fight worth having. This baby, it's ours to protect, not hers to manipulate." Katie nodded, but doubt lingered in her posture. "Luna spat venom today, claims photos, secrets. What if Poppy has something? What if this pulls us apart again?" Bill's kiss was fierce, claiming, "A promise sealed in the salt of unshed tears."
Never.
"We've danced this tango before. Divorces, reunions, Logans and Spencers clashing like waves on cliffs. This time, we win. For the child." As they stood entwined, the phone buzzed his lawyer. "Bill, Poppy's filing tomorrow. Emergency hearing. She's alleging you're unfit, delayed reporting Luna as evidence of instability." Bill's grip tightened on Katie. "Let her come. We'll bury her in paperwork and truth." Poppy Nozawa slipped into a dimly lit booth at Il Giardino, the Italian restaurant's candlelight casting flattering shadows on her angular features, where she waited for Finn Finnegan, her reluctant ally in this familial farce. Finn arrived, his doctor's coat slung over his arm, brows furrowed in that perpetual mix of compassion and exasperation. "Poppy, this better be quick. Steffi's still recovering from Luna's last stunt, and Lee's breathing down my neck about family loyalty." Poppy slid a folder across the table, her nails tapping impatiently. "Loyalty? To what? A sister who tried to kill your wife."
Read it, Finn.
"Custody docs for Luna's baby. I'm pushing for shared with the Spencers, but Bill's waffling, Katie's circling like a vulture." Finn flipped through the pages, his jaw clenching at the highlighted precedents. "You're using the grandchild to force a reunion? Poppy, that's desperate." Bill's moved on. She leaned in, her voice a silken thread. "Desperate? It's strategic. That baby ties us all, me to Bill, Luna to freedom, you to avoiding more scandals. Help me, Finn. Talk to Lee. She's got pull in family court. Remind her this kid's half Nozawa, half Finnegan blood through Luna." Finn rubbed his temples, glancing at Deacon Sharp across the room, who watched with wary eyes from behind the bar. "And if I say no?" Sheila's already whispering in Deacon's ear about protecting the innocent. This could explode. Poppy's smile was predatory, echoing the festivals where she had first ensnared Bill. "Then explode it does. But with you inside, we control the blast."
For family, Finn.
For the baby who deserves better than jailhouse blues. In the echoing halls of Forrester Creations, where bolts of silk whispered secrets to the wind, Steffi Forrester paced her office, her lithe form a storm cloud in Louboutins. Hope Logan entered, carrying sketches for the next line, but paused at the tension radiating from her cousin-in-law. "Steffi, you look like you haven't slept. Is it Luna? The baby news?" Steffi whirled, her blonde hair catching the light like a halo of fury. "That monster spawn? Hope it's a ticking bomb. Will's the father, confirmed, and now Katie and Bill want custody, but Poppy's lurking, ready to snatch it for some twisted reunion plot." Hope set the sketches down, her soft features hardening into the resolve that had carried her through deception's wars. "Poppy? The festival fling? She's got nerve, I'll give her that. But Katie's family, she won't let some drifter play grandma." Steffi sank into her chair, fingers drumming the glass desk. "Nerve? It's madness. Luna drugged Will, framed Poppy for murder. Now the kid's a pawn. I saw Will yesterday. He's torn Hope. Loves Electra, but this baby's got hooks in him." Hope perched on the desk's edge, her voice gentle but probing.
And you?
Finn's caught in the middle. Lee hates the Nozaws, but blood pulls. What if Poppy pushes for visitation? Courts love grandparent bonds. Steffi's laugh was sharp, slicing the air. Then we fight hope. Logan's, Forrester's, Spencer's united front. No more Nozawa poison seeping into our veins. As they huddled over strategies, the phone rang Ridge. Steffi, darling, Poppy's filing papers. Bill called. Needs our lawyers. This reunion scheme? It's war. Steffi hung up, eyes blazing. Let it come. We'll burn it down. Deacon Sharp wiped down the bar at Il Giardino with mechanical precision, his mind miles away in the labyrinth of his marriage to Sheila Carter Sharp, but Poppy's entrance earlier had snagged his thoughts like a bad pour. Sheila sidled up beside him, her red lips curving in that enigmatic smile that could charm or chill. Darling, you're brooding again. Is it Luna? That girl's baby drama spilling over. Deacon set the rag down, his voice low. Poppy was here, scheming with Finn. Custody play for the kid. Using it to reel Bill back in. Sheila, it's messy. Logan's and Spencer's circling like sharks. Sheila's eyes narrowed, a flicker of jealousy dancing there, remnants of her own tangled history with Bill. Poppy? That free-spirited fool from the festivals? She thinks a baby trumps Katie?
Please.
I've buried deeper plots than this. Deacon chuckled, but it didn't reach his eyes. Buried? Or exhumed? Hope you're not thinking of meddling, for Luna's sake or spite. Sheila traced a finger along his collar, her touch electric. Meddle?
Me?
I protect what's mine, Deacon. That baby's got Nozawa fire. Maybe I'll whisper to Poppy, offer alliance. Keep the Spencers off balance. He caught her hand, holding it firm.
No, Sheila.
We've got our peace, fragile as it is. Let Katie fight her battles. We've got enough ghosts. But as she sauntered away, dialing Poppy's number with a secretive smile, Deacon wondered if peace was just another word for the calm before the storm. Back at the Spencer mansion, the evening air thick with the scent of jasmine from the gardens, Bill and Katie sat at the grand dining table, untouched plates of seared scallops cooling between them. Will joined them, Electra at his side, her hand a steady anchor on his knee under the table. Dad, Mom, Poppy called me. Said she's pushing for joint custody, claims it's best for the baby. Bill's fork clattered against porcelain, his face a mask of controlled rage. She what? After ghosting us for years? That woman's a hurricane, Will. Beautiful destruction. Katie reached across, squeezing his hand. We anticipated this. Our lawyer's ready. Emphasize Luna's crimes. Your delays as protective, not negligent. Poppy's got no standing. Grandparent rights don't trump parental intent. Electra leaned forward, her voice steady. And if she drags up the past? Your fling, the festival, makes you look flighty. Bill met her gaze, respect flickering. The past is prologue, Electra. But this future? It's ours. The baby's a Spencer, raised with values, not schemes. Will nodded slowly, his hand covering Electra's. I want that. For the kid. But what if Poppy wins a sliver? Visitation. Katie's eyes softened, maternal steel yielding to empathy. Then we monitor, protect. No more tricks. This family, we rebuild, brick by honest brick. As dessert arrived, a decadent chocolate torte symbolizing their fragile sweetness, the doorbell rang. The butler announced, Ms. Nozawa, sir. With papers. Poppy swept in, documents in hand, her chin high. Bill, Katie, let's talk terms. The baby's our bridge back. Bill rose, towering. Bridge? Or noose?
Sit.
But know this. We fight for what's right. The room crackled, words flying like sparks, accusations of abandonment, pleas for second chances, visions of a child caught in crossfire. Poppy's voice broke first. I love him, still. That night, it was real. Katie's retort was ice. Real ends when lies begin. Hours blurred into negotiation, alliances fracturing and reforming, until dawn crept in, papers initialed in tentative truce, Shared custody, supervised, with strings pulled tight by Spencer strings. In the quiet aftermath, as Poppy drove away, tears streaking her mascara, she gripped the wheel, whispering to the rearview mirror. For you, Luna. For the baby. And damn it, for him. The city lights blurred into streaks, a metaphor for the lives intertwining once more. Bill and Katie, entwined in bed, spoke in hushed tones. We did it, she murmured. The baby's safe. He kissed her forehead. Our reunion. Real this time. Will and Electra, walking the beach at midnight, waves lapping at secrets. We'll be okay, he said. She squeezed his hand. Better than. Finn confessing to Steffi over coffee. I helped Poppy a little. For peace. She forgave with a kiss. Family's messy. We navigate. Deacon pulled Sheila close in their loft. No more whispers? She smiled wickedly. Only to you. And Luna, in her cell, rocked gently, singing a lullaby of revenge and redemption. The bold threads wove tighter, the beautiful unraveling just a plot twist away in the endless soap of hearts and hustles.